Hey everybody, what's going on? Luxury Little Nick here, and today I want to get back onto these two Jeeps and talk about another little topic here, quick, that I feel should be put out there. People should know, so this way another might help them again with maybe making a decision on something on whether one of these two is something in their either in their budget or something they might want to help them decide on which one more or less you want to buy. So without further ado, here we are, 1997 XJ Cherokee, 1997 ZJ Grand Cherokee. Now, these two particularly, I feel, are the most affordable used older Jeeps right now that you can pick up on a fairly decent budget and have a good daily driver if you're looking for something of that matter, or even something you want to daily drive and maybe take out on the trails on the weekend if you do a little work to them, build them up a little. But they're great vehicles to have for a daily driver. Both of these are daily drivers for me. And they're great vehicles. The straight six is a very strong, durable, long-lasting engine. I've seen them out there with 360, 400,000 miles on the engines and still running. Great. You are going, like I said in the last video, you are going to want to make sure you know, if that's something you're going to get into with one of these, make sure either you have service records of the transmission being rebuilt or serviced, or at least, or a new transmission put in with the Grand Cherokees, because they do have the weaker transmission. But if they're maintained, taken care of, or rebuilt, like I said, or whatever, and they have that high mileage, and you can get it cheap enough, okay. The XJs, on the other hand, better transmission. Again, they're maintained, taken care of. You got a better Jeep, that's the better Jeep to go, but you can't go wrong with either. My ZJ right here has 220,000, runs like a top, like brand new. The 97 XJ has 140,000 on it. Plenty of life left in it. Now, price point wise was what I really want to get at this here. Even though both these are very still affordable, cheap Jeeps, back in the day, I felt you could get, and I've noticed you can get both of these two, either of these Jeeps for the same relative price. However, as things progress now, and I'm sure down even more into the future, the XJ Cherokees are starting to go for more money. Back in the day, you can get either or of these Jeeps, $1,000, $1,500 for one with closer to 200,000 on it, running and driving, make a decent daily driver out of. If you found one with 140 to 160, you're probably either on either of these, you'd probably be looking to pay a bit more, around the 2,500, maybe $3,000 rent. Or probably about 2,500 if you really look hard enough. Nowadays, an XJ Cherokee with 200,000 miles on it, rotted to crap, and beating the daylights out of, is still selling for $2,000 to $3,000. Grand Cherokee ZJ, back in the day, can get them $1,000, $1,500 to $1,500 all day long, with a little under 200,000 running and driving. Decent daily driver around that price. Maybe $2,000 for one that's a little bit cleaner, less rusty. Now they're still relatively pretty much around that area. A really clean one, yes, that's not as rusty or no rust, is going to cost you more. Same as the Cherokee. A rust-free Cherokee with good mileage is going to cost you more. And it's going to cost you more than the Grand Cherokee. Now, should that deter you away from XJ? No. XJs are still great platforms. They're simple, they're durable, just like the Grand Cherokees are durable. They're a little less, they're a little more complex, being that they're the more luxurious of the SUVs of the two. The XJ is the working man's SUV, bare bones, basic, unless you get the limited option, which obviously has the leather, the power windows, all that stuff. The Grand Cherokees always, pretty most part, I think I've seen one or two basic, bare bones, stripped down models of the Laredo with crank windows. But for the most part, every single Grand Cherokee ZJ I've owned had power windows. And I have had, this I believe is my 6th Grand Cherokee. And all of them had power windows. Now, if you get the limited edition and the more dialed up limited edition or whatever, you have your sunroof option. You have heated leather seats. You got power leather seats, all the other stuff, power windows, mirrors, all that other stuff. The Grand Cherokees are meant to be more of the luxurious, comfort-based SUV versus the Cherokee is the working man's. Pretty much the only difference between the two. Grand Cherokee is built for comfort, but still a good, durable truck, or SUV, I should say. And so is the Cherokee. They're not bad. They're still comfortable, and you could easily get the leather interior option if you wanted more comfort, or just buy the leather, or buy the limited edition. Now, sorry about the noise of the dogs and everything here, but back to the Jeeps. The price point on these things now, I believe, is not so much bad on the Grand Cherokees versus the ZJs, but I have a feeling down the road they will go up eventually, and I see these these XJ Cherokees being something that's going to be up there pretty get a little more pricier as they progress. Hopefully the market comes down on them, not too bad, but I mean, it is what it is with the way the economy and everything is nowadays. Now, all vehicles, used vehicles, prices are pretty much going up. It's crazy, but it is what it is. But like I said, either way, you can't go wrong with either of these platforms of the unibody Jeeps. They're way cheaper than any Wrangler you're going to find out there, whether it's the YJ, the YJs or the TJ Wranglers. You're going to be able to get either of these a lot cheaper. And like I said, mine I did pick up brand new. I'm sorry. I picked mine up used from a guy who maintained it and took care of it for, I believe, $800. And all I had to do to it was put a steering box in it. Put the steering box in it, and I've been driving it ever since. He's been the previous owner really well maintained this Jeep. It's been very good to me, so I can't complain. For an $800 vehicle, it's a good deal, and it's a pretty dang clean Jeep. So you can't go wrong there. I mean, for the price point of a used vehicle nowadays, where they're all going, the Grand Cherokees and the XJs are your best bet. You know, you can't really go wrong with either. If you're looking for a good, affordable, reliable, decent on gas SUV with 4-wheel drive, real, a man's 4-wheel, no, my bad, but that would be your option, one of these here.